Well, what about all of the side hustles? Remember, there was sort of a special, Meghan-infused wine, which just means, I don't know, it's morally better than all of us, and the jams and all the rest of it. Have you been...
There are secrets that sting, and then there are the ones that scorch reputations until nothing but ash remains. And guess what? Meghan Markle just got scorched. According to royal biographer Angela Levin, Meghan's glossy fairy tale image, the one she's spent years polishing, just took the kind of hit that might never heal. Angela didn't just whisper it behind closed doors, she broadcast it for the world to hear. And what she dropped wasn't some petty little rumor. No, she's alleging that long before Meghan was Her Royal Highness or the Duchess of Sussex, she was tangled up in something a lot more controversial. Something Meghan would rather the world never even guessed.
Box of goodies from the house of Meghan?
No, not at all. Well, I've heard about the second load of wine, that it hadn't had time to settle and it would be absolute.
Angela Levin claims Meghan was deep in the notorious yacht party scene. Yes, you heard that right. The world of champagne-soaked super yachts, shadowy patrons, and networking that always comes with a scandalous edge. And if that wasn't already explosive enough, Angela went further. She outright said Meghan's marriage to Prince Harry wasn't about love. No fairy tale, no destiny, just a cold, calculated move to snatch global fame at any cost. Let that sink in. Meghan's whole Sussex brand, the speeches, the Netflix deals, the empowerment messaging, could unravel overnight if this sticks. But here's the kicker. Angela Levin isn't some anonymous tabloid hack desperate for clicks. She's one of the most respected royal journalists alive.
I feel actually that I desperately had to have the rainbow of all the different fruits, and it would be such a lovely thing to start the day, and children will absolutely love it. I mean, I know if you've got...
This woman has decades of palace connections. She's interviewed royal aides, spoken to family members, written extensively on the monarchy itself. When Angela Levin speaks, it isn't dismissed as idle gossip. It's treated like a flare going up in the dark. And she doesn't shoot from the hip. She chooses her words like a sniper, which is exactly why this revelation has set the internet on fire.
Very quickly, you don't start giving them, one of every fruit you can do it. It was a sort of dreamland thing. And no, I'm not a jam eater, thank goodness. I love honey, but...
Let's be clear, in elite circles, yacht girl has a very specific meaning. And it's not glamorous. It conjures up images of rich old men, models for hire, and social climbing that's more strategy than serendipity. Meghan's brand until now has been the self-made woman. The actress who clawed her way up from small roles to success, who never gave up, who fought for every shot. Angela Levin's framing, it rewrites that entire story. Suddenly, Meghan's rise looks less like grit and talent and more like perfectly placed steps on the most scandalous kind of ladder. And in PR terms, that is lethal.
Just taking it out without actually wearing gloves or a face because she wanted to be seen. So that would have been not very nice, actually. So I feel that the whole...
Because let's face it, Hollywood, luxury brands, and political players all share one thing. They despise messy controversy. Whisper the words yacht girl and deals vanish. Invitations get lost in the mail, boardrooms lock their doors. But Angela didn't stop there. She went after Meghan's love story.
Women who have done good cooking and had lots of people who want to buy from them and learn from them. I mean, there's nothing very much that Meghan's organised or cooked that is actually in any way difficult. Now you can do those things.
According to Levin, Meghan didn't see Harry as a soulmate. She saw him as the ultimate golden ticket, one shot at permanent global relevance. The royal wedding in this telling wasn't about two hearts beating as one. It was the biggest brand acquisition in modern history. Overnight, Meghan Markle, the actress, morphed into Meghan Markle, the global household name. And no role in Hollywood could have ever delivered that. For her critics, this isn't just gossip. It's confirmation of every suspicion they've been shouting from the rooftops. And for her supporters, it's a nightmare defense.
It's very feeble, I think.
But also, again, they haven't found the groove, right? They haven't found the groove either at what they're good at or to what anyone is interested in. And that in and of itself becomes the problem. I mean, they've tried to obviously tell their own life stories.
How do you defend Meghan's brand now? A brand built on empowerment, authenticity, and women lifting up women? She's been marketed as the feminist icon who made it on brains, drive, and hard work. But Angela Levin's bombshell slices through that image like glass through silk. Instead, Meghan looks like someone who played status like a game of chess, using relationships as stepping stones. And when your entire empire rests on trust and authenticity, hypocrisy is poison. And here's where the collateral damage hits hardest.
Oprah, but I don't understand how they keep getting opportunities. I would have thought by now anyone who'd had a crack at them or tried to work with them would be walking away from them, because it feels like that in terms of the audience.
Yeah, that's right. But also, one of the things is that the cost of
Harry. If Angela's right, then Harry doesn't just look love-struck, he looks humiliated. The public already thinks Meghan changed him, controlled him, pulled him away from everything he once stood for. Now imagine the picture being painted. Harry as a man too naive to see the plan or too smitten to stop it. Either way, his credibility crumbles. His independence questioned, his judgment mocked. And if you thought the Yacht Girl claim was bad, just wait for the ripple effect.
should have been one level, but actually she did 3 times what most people thought it was worth. And also you could only take 3 bottles of wine at a time. And I think people think, well, why should I do that if I haven't tasted it? It's extreme.
Because when someone like Angela Levin drops a bomb like this, it doesn't just nick reputations. It can annihilate empires. Hollywood survives on reinvention, but Hollywood never forgives embarrassment. Meghan's Netflix deals, her production partnerships, all of it hinges on her being marketable and inspiring. Now imagine those boardrooms replaying the words Yacht Girl. Suddenly Meghan isn't an asset. She's a liability.
She pours out stuff about herself. And actually, it's quite moving at one way, because she has to tell them about her, as she needs to pour it all out and say all these things that actually are quite secret, because she doesn't actually know.
And the stain of allegedly maneuvering her way into the royal family? That's not the kind of PR smear that washes off with a new photo shoot. Even whispers can spook sponsors. Meghan has survived scandals before. Oprah, interview backlash, palace staff bullying claims, the works. And each time she pivoted. But this time it's different, because this isn't coming from a troll. This is coming from Angela Levin, someone with a history of receipts, sources, and credibility.
You know that you don't pour out yourself to the other person, because it's not what you're there for. You're there to ask them how they are and what they're doing and all that. And she sort of says things that actually you can pick up afterwards and say, my goodness, is she actually saying that about herself?
Here's the double-edged dagger. Angela Levin didn't just drop one scandal, she dropped 2. The alleged Yacht Girl past and the claim that Meghan married for fame. Together, they form a narrative so juicy, it practically writes itself. And worst of all, it slips perfectly into the existing public perception of Meghan's ruthless ambition. Critics don't even have to work hard. This storyline feels tailor-made for them to believe. This isn't just a 48-hour headline frenzy. This is a narrative that could haunt Meghan for years. Tabloids, gossip blogs, royal biographers, they'll revisit it, respin it, and rehash it again and again. Normally, Meghan's playbook is simple: stay silent, ride out the storm, and let the news cycle move on. But this time, silence may be the nail in the coffin, because silence won't kill the rumor, it will cement it. And if she does respond, well, that's a trap too.
Drizzle honey on the place. We know how it works. All right. Now about also the behaviour of Harry himself, right? Now, we know how diminished he is. We know the desperation is to get back, close to the mothership so he can turn on the mothership again. It's like professional wrestling about whether he's going to be a face or a heel, a good guy or a bad guy.
Social media users have already crowned her with mocking hashtags like from yacht to palace and gold digger duchess. TikTok is flooded with videos stitching clips of Meghan's royal wedding alongside shots of yachts gliding through the Mediterranean. Millions of views, millions of laughs, millions of side eyes. Even some of her once loyal supporters are beginning to say, if this is true, she played us all.
That he's put up. The stories come out that apparently not all that pleasant, some of the stuff that has been going on inside those organisations and his own behaviours in and around them. What does that say to you? Because even when we're talking about a charity, surely the charity should be nothing other than good news, right?
Because here's the ugly truth about reputation. Once a seed of doubt is planted, good luck digging it out. For Meghan's critics, Angela Levin just handed them their smoking gun. For neutrals, it's that lingering whisper they'll never forget every time Meghan preaches about her struggles or empowerment. And for Meghan herself, this could be the death knell for her credibility as a humanitarian, an activist, even as a modern royal figure. Angela Levin hasn't just written a book here, she's built Meghan a prison of perception.
4/7 protection, but he kept saying the king had to do it, it could do it, and actually you can't, because it's not one of those monarchies. He can't actually tell the government what to do, but he won't listen. And now, if he feels something has gone against him, he goes ballistic.
And now every single move Meghan makes in her career will be judged against this scandal. Will the yacht girl's shadow follow her forever? Unless she finds a genius escape route, that title may haunt her till her last public appearance. So let's ask the uncomfortable question. Angela Levin's allegations aren't just another piece of gossip. They strike directly at the core of Meghan Markle's brand, the brand she spent years and millions building. If Meghan's past as a yacht girl is even partly true, and if she truly did see Harry as her golden ticket, then the Sussex love story has been rewritten into something far darker. No fairy tale, no romance, just strategy dressed up as destiny. Or is this just the brutal way high society works? Deals, strategies, power plays masked as romance. I want your unfiltered take, not the polite one, the raw truth. Drop your verdict in the comments. Use hashtag love or leverage if you think Harry was more business deal than soulmate. Use hashtag let her be if you think this is just exaggerated nonsense with no real weight, because part 2 of this saga promises to go deeper into receipts, whispered Hollywood accounts, and the alleged links that tied Meghan to this yacht scene long before she ever set eyes on Prince Harry. This is a battle for image, power, and the truth about one of the most controversial women in modern royal history. Subscribe, turn the notification bell all the way on, and buckle up, because we are only getting started. Meghan Markle's empire might just be standing on quicksand, and Angela Levin may have been the one to pull the first stone. And trust me, you'll want to be here when the next bombshell drops. The next bomb.